Welcome to PPK Pharma tutorial YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about solubility expression and mechanism of solute-solvent interactions. This topic comes under Physical Pharmaceutics 1, B Pharm C, 3rd semester, Unit 1. If you like this video, please click on like button, subscribe our channel PPK Pharma tutorial and share this video to your friends. It will be helpful for you for preparation of your exams. Now we will go to the inside this video. First we will see the what is solubility expression. These are the sol here we have some terms and also here we have the numbers, which means parts of solvent required to dissolve in one part of solute. Means this numbers is nothing but one part of solvent which is required to dissolve one part of solute. It means you said the numbers are between dissolution of solute and how many parts of solvent required to dissolve in a one part of solute. Okay, now we will see the term. If a substance is named as very soluble, means less than one part, that means one less than one part of solvent required to dissolve in a one part of solute. Okay, next freely soluble, which means 1 to 10 parts, soluble 1 to 30 parts. If it written sparingly soluble, 30 to 100 parts, slightly soluble 100 to 10,000 parts, very slightly soluble 1000 to 10,000 parts, which means 1000 to 10,000 parts of solvent required to dissolve in a one part of solute. Okay, and insoluble more than 10,000 parts. This is the solubility expression and the terms and their parts. Okay, now we will see the mechanism of solute and solvent interactions. In mechanism of solute solvent interactions, when favorable interaction takes place between a solute and solvent, the solvent the solute get dissolved in a solvent. Means if the interaction between a solute and solvent is named as favorable when there is a dissolvement of solute in a particular solvent. Okay, this dissolving process mainly depends upon the free energy change between solute and solvent. Okay, this is the mechanism of solute solvent interaction. Now we'll see some of the procedures how solute and solvent interactions takes place. The first procedure is detachment of solute from a bulk form. Here we will separate the one part of solute from a bulk form. Here we have solute bulk. Here we solute bulk detachment of soluble in molecule. Here you can see separation of one particular solute from a solute bulk. This is the first procedure, and also second one is formation of vacant site in solvent. Means here you can see the solvent. Here we form the second step. Here we form the vacant site. Okay, which is free solvent molecule. Here we have a structure of solvent. We separate the middle. Will separate the free solvent molecule. Okay, vacant. Here you can see the structure of solvent with vacant site. And in third procedure or in third step, here has been separated in the first step one small particle or small size of solute. It gets added to the this vacant site of solvent. Thus a form this solute will be this vacant small size of solute will dissolve or will be formed in the structure. Here it will be formed. Here this is a solute, particular solute, and it's a solvent. It reacts and forms. Since we have space here, small space, it gets dissolved in it and forms a solution. This is the overall procedure, or here you can see microscopic structure. Easily we can understand. In first step we separated a solute. In second step a small particle of solvent is removed from the solvent structure and the solute get attached to the solvent and forms a solution. This is the overall solute solvent interactions. Now we will see what are the reasons for solute solvent interactions. The main reasons are because of different solvents. As we know, we have polar solvents, non-polar solvents. Okay, since we will see what are the main reasons for solute solvent interaction. The first reason is polar solvents. Due to increase in the dielectric constant, which reduces the force of attraction. If as we know, if increase in the dielectric constant, then force of attraction will be decreased. Okay, ability of breaking covalent bonds. This polar solvents has the ability for breaking covalent bonds. Here we can see the such chemical reaction where CH3OOH plus NaOH gives CH2OONA plus H2O. Here covalent bond is dissociated or break, and also there is a formation of hydrogen bonds. The third one is non-polar. Second one is non-polar solvents. Non-polar solvents dissolve only non-polar solutes by induced dipole interactions. As we know, if the solvent is a non-polar, then only non-polar solutes, okay, non-polar solutes only will be induced or dissolves. If the solvent is non-polar and solute is, let's assume that if solvent is non-polar and solute is polar, then there is no formation of solution. Okay, non-polar solvents only dissolves or induces only non-polar solutes. Okay, by dipole interactions. This is one of the reason for solute solvent interactions. The third reason is semi-polar solvents, which means they may not be polar and also non-polar. Simply we can say semi-polar solvents, they act as intermediate solvents. They also induce certain amount of dipole moment which helps in the solubility of solute in solvents. As I said before, it's an intermediate solvent and also certain amount of dipole moment. It induces certain amount of dipole moment. This inducing of dipole moment helps in the solubility of solute in a solvent. This is the overall solubility expression and mechanism of solute solvent interaction. If you like this video, please click on like button, subscribe our channel PPK Pharma Tutorial. In this channel you can get the material for B Pharmacy 3rd semester, physical pharmaceutics and pharmaceutical engineering. Okay, share this video to your friends. Don't forget to subscribe our channel and support us. Thanks for watching this video up to last. Bharat Mata ki Jai.